Hi, welcome back to the Empowering Native Wellness Podcast. I'm Communications Director David Dawson, and sitting with me today is Nathan from Southern Indian Health Council. Welcome, Nathan.
Thanks for having me.
You want to tell everybody what it is you do down at Southern?
So I'm the social media marketing specialist at Southern Indian Health Council. I've been there for almost 3 years now. So pretty much anything related to marketing, communications, promoting services, stuff like that is what I'm responsible for.
So you are, you and I both came into this around the same time. So I'm coming up on 4 years at Indian Health Council, and I came in as a multimedia coordinator, one-man band, doing all the things that you're doing. I've had the fortunate opportunity here at Indian Health Council to kind of grow a department, and I've got a team of 4 of us now doing the work that we're doing. But I've got to say, following what you've done down there, we've kind of done this leapfrog thing over time. We were talking about it before the podcast. We did a podcast and you started doing a podcast, and I've seen social media posts that you've done, and then I've kind of copied some of the things that you've been doing. I think there's been I don't want to say it's competition, because I don't view any of this as competition between us. It's a really friendly uplifting of one another, I want to say. So I'm excited that you're up here. I've had the chance to show you around what we're doing. Brian and I had the chance to come down and visit you,
Which was awesome.
What do you feel is the impact of the work that we do on your community? Because you say you're a one-man band, but I know you do a lot of work. You get a lot of work done down there. I see all the posts that you're posting, and I know the podcast is a lot of work. What is the impact of what you do, and what drives you to keep working so hard as a one-man band? Because I know it can be really overwhelming sometimes,
Well, first what I'll say is, even though, I'm very busy, I do a lot of stuff, I have a lot of support as well. And we're all a really tight group of people working together for a common goal down in Southern Indian. So even though our bandwidth as individuals can be stretched, we're coming together to make sure things are getting done and getting done well. The most motivating part for me about what I'm doing on a marketing, communications, and development standpoint is that the thing that I am promoting is helping people. Mm-hmm. And we discussed this when you were on our podcast, which was that we're not trying to sell people anything. We're not trying to make it seem like it's something it's not. We're just trying to get the word out that we're offering these services and that people can access them.
Right.
So it's worth putting in the effort to figure out how to cut through the noise of all the ads that everybody gets and all the content that they're seeing. Figure out how can we cut through that and make an actual impact on the community where they are trusting the clinic and they're willing to come in and gain access of the services that we're providing.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting side note. Speaking of that discussion we had on your podcast about we're not selling to the people. My department just recently, in the last couple of weeks, changed its name. We're no longer the marketing department. We are now the communications department. And I expressed to our staff when we went through the name change that one of the primary reasons that we changed the name from marketing was for that very reason, that we're not selling anything, that we're communicating, that we're educating, that we're spreading awareness, and that we're building the reputation of the company, the organization, with the community at large. And I think marketing carries sometimes that wrong connotation.
We're trying to trick people or something.
Yeah, we're not trying to trick anybody into being healthy.
Yeah.
But we are trying to guide people and point them in the right direction in a good way to where services are, to where programs are that can help them.
And encourage them. I went to an event. We had social services put on a great event. It was like self-expression, self-identity, similar to what you talked about, what you did with the youth. They brought in a professional photographer, hair and makeup, a stylist, and men and women were going and getting all dolled up and then getting professional headshots taken of them so they can feel like, comfortable in their skin, and they're getting photos and headshots that they could be using for professional reasons or just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at that event, and there was a lady there who came up to me and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know I've been seeing the We Own Wellness videos that you've been posting, and they really motivated me to like just do something positive for my health that day. Like I saw the video and I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk today." And she's like, "Just wanted to let you know, because sometimes all we have is social media, and when you put out something positive, it's that little reminder that we should do something, positive." And it goes to what you said last time we met on our podcast, which was, even if the post gets 10 likes, if that's 10 people who actually like really needed to see that,
Yeah.
then it's a great post.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you help one person in a day, like what a great day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Just by pushing posts on Instagram, and you're able
Yeah.
to like give somebody a little bit of help throughout their day, like that's why we do it.
It's interesting you talk about positivity in the posts because, you referenced our We Thrive campaign. And, this is a youth-led campaign. And in the course of building it, the one thing that was clear with our youth is they wanted the messaging to be positive. Like, it's a mental, emotional, behavioral health campaign, but they didn't want to come at it from any sort of negativity. They wanted all the messaging to be positive, forward messaging. And it was so inspiring to work with our community youth and have them drive that forward and have that be the way they wanted the messaging to go. They wanted their culture put front and center, and they wanted everything to be positive. It was so amazing to work with them on that. When we're doing the job that we do, the challenge, I think, always is to find the right voice for our community. How have you been going about over the last 3 years finding the voice of your community for Southern? Like, I know for me, it wasn't until we both got hired kind of right at the end of COVID.
Yeah.
So there weren't a lot of events. There were no events going on when I first got hired here, But it wasn't until I was able to actually go out into the community and really start interacting and interfacing with people that I was able to kind of really start to find the voice and the way that the messaging here should reflect to the people. How was it for you?
For me, it's taking a step back and trying to observe and not be in a rush to just go off of my first instinct, because I'm not Native.
Right.
So my first instinct is going to be based on my cultural values and my background and the things that I've experienced in the last 26 years. So my process is typically to go off of what I think will work and then ask for opinions from a bunch of people, primarily Native people. And I've gotten this quite a few times, which is saying this is not like representative of what we want to put out. Mm-hmm. Like, as Native people, it's not going to resonate with the community. I'm like, thank you so much for telling me. Right. It's never taken personally, because it's not about me. It's about the community. So getting some feedback and just trying to listen to the community and keep an eye on what is resonating, because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're doing communication.
Right.
and it's up to the receiver to decide if the communication was effective or not. It's not up to me.
Right.
So it's a process, and I know more about Native community and our Native culture down in San Diego now than I did 3 years ago, but there's still so much to learn,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I do is
We're never going to know as much
Yeah.
as someone who was born and raised.
yeah. But I
the
think
culture, you
it's
know.
that sensitivity that's required
Yeah.
to understand that it's not my opinion. Just because I think it's great, it doesn't mean it's great if it's not going to resonate.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And that's been kind of something that Indian Health Council as an organization has been learning the last couple of years with our drive to kind of rework our vision statement and our mission statement. Has been, slowing that process down, really giving space to listen and giving space for voices to be heard from the community, from our Native staff, from our community members at large, and making sure that we're not just making decisions, as an organization on behalf of the community. Like we want, IHC is here to serve the community, right? So the vision of IHC should be a vision set by the community. And it took a while for us to get there, but through an active campaign of listening to our staff, listening to our Native staff specifically, having engaging discussions with them, we've gotten to a point where, okay, they're the ones driving that. They're the ones who are setting the vision statement. And I think it's really powerful. And we're actually in the process of finishing the vote now with the community. The community's voting on what will be our vision statement. And then we'll be working on the mission statement. And it's taken 2 years, 2 years to come up with a vision statement. And, I know at the beginning of that process, the idea that it would take 2 years to come up with a vision statement, I think would have if you'd asked some of the directors, I think they would have been like, oh my gosh, why would it take so long?
Yeah.
But now looking back, oh no, it has to take that long because it takes that long to listen, to really listen. And it takes that long to provide that much space for the community to feel comfortable to say what they need to say, to have that ownership of it, that ability to lay the claim to it, But I think it's so important. I think as an organization as a whole, I think the more we can create that space, the more that our communications overall, not just for a vision statement, but for everything we do, like these campaigns, the more they feature the people in the way the people want to be featured or should be featured, the better everything's going to be, and the more it'll resonate with everyone,
Yeah, and you guys taking your time to do the vision and mission it's so smart, because think about, you could have done it in 3 months, and then 4 years from now you're gonna feel like, oh, we gotta redo that again. But if you could do something that's gonna last a long time and actually guide the organization in the right direction, why not just wait a little bit longer to make sure it's where it needs to be?
Yeah. If you're gonna do something that you hope will last for 50 years, then what's 2 years in the scheme of that?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a drop in the bucket. So this is your first time up here at our clinic, and I got the chance to walk you around. What do you think?
I'm blown away. I really am. And I think it's just because they're laid out a lot different than what I'm used to down in Southern Indian Health Council. We have 3 different buildings where you drive up the hill and you have level 1, level 2, level 3. Everything here is on one floor. It feels a little more open. The rooms, a little more square footage, a little more spacious. So it's really nice. And you guys in communications have really done a good job of making the place feel alive with faces on the walls and artwork and like handmade artwork, not just like generic stuff. It really does feel like homey here.
Mm.
And then you start to look at like the different communication aspects of like the flags on the poles and the TVs, and there's a lot of information you can gain just from being here at the clinic, and that doesn't happen by accident. It's like very intentful.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people kind of, they're just used to it. We're just used to it, but it takes a lot of decision making and intent behind everything that is on the wall. And you guys have done a good job.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah.
And everything from like the landscaping, it's beautiful up here. It really is.
Yeah. Our facilities team does a really good job of taking care of the grounds and making sure that when people come here, they come to a place that they want to actually be at for their health. You know?
Shout out facilities, because a lot of times they don't get enough love, and it's the same thing down where we are. They do a great job making the place look like safe, professional, and beautiful.
Yeah, our whole facilities team, led by Art Calvo, from maintenance to housekeeping. I mean, they are always working so hard. And I think we're a 55,000 square foot facility here, plus the surrounding land. You'll never see trash floating around in the parking lot or anything like that. Like, they're on top of keeping this place maintained constantly. It's really, my hat's always off to that team. And I felt the same thing when I came down to visit your clinic. Everything was tidy and clean and, on top of it. So, the unsung heroes of our
For
facilities.
Sure. And that's another example. Like, that's not an accident either. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work.
So what's next for you? Like, are there any big, campaigns and projects that you're trying to launch that we should be aware of?
So we just rolled out a new logo with a new slogan, and the slogan is "We Own Wellness," and that's our official slogan, because we obviously take pride in the wellness of our patients and our community, but also it's a slogan for people to take ownership of. We want each and every person that comes through our door to feel like they own their own wellness. Like, yes, we're here as a resource to help them in every way that we can, but unless somebody wants it for themselves, it's gonna be hard to find like true wellness. So We Own Wellness is like everybody involved in Southern Indian Health Council, whether you're a patient or an employee, we own wellness together. And so that slogan, the acronym is WOW, We Own Wellness. So we've been doing this big WOW campaign. We've had some staff make videos in their department on how they own wellness, and everybody's had so much fun with that. We've got everything from like a 3-minute video copying The Office, the show The Office, to like 12-second TikTok trends and everything in between.
Yeah, I've been catching some of the socials that are going out.
Which has been really cool. So new slogan, new logo. Logo's very similar, but now it just has We Own Wellness on the bottom. We're just really trying to reiterate that. And then we have 5 big events coming up within the next 9 months. We have our Native American Health and Wellness Conference on October 3rd at VA Haas. That's our biggest event of the year, typically. And then prior to that, in the same venue, we have, on the same day, but in the morning, we have a VIP breakfast for different donors and collaborators and different organizations, so we can all get together and bounce ideas off of each other on how we can collaborate. And then in November, we're doing a Boys and Girls Club of Kumeyaay Nation Wellness 5K walk and run. So that's our big walk to support our Boys and Girls Club expansion. Right now, we are working on getting them a brand new facility with a field, a gym, and a computer lab and everything.
That's amazing.
Our Boys and Girls Club was the first Native American Boys and Girls Club in California, so we're really proud of that. So in order to expand what we're doing there, I mean, right now there's so many kids that are a part of that program and more want to join, and we just don't have the capacity.
Right.
So we're ready to expand, and so that 5K walk and run is going to be a big part of spreading the word, getting donors, stuff like that. And then our Winter Wonderland event is in December. That is usually our second biggest event of the year. It'll be down, I believe at Viejas as well, but I'm not sure the location. And that's just for the Native youth to have an opportunity to get to meet Santa and presents and, you know, showcase a lot of our resources to the community, have a fun time for the holidays.
Right.
And then we have a gala early next year, and then a big golf tournament in the spring.
Wow.
So a lot of big events that we're working towards, and a lot of this is fundraising stuff, not the Winter Wonderland. The VIP, the golf, the gala, and the walk, all fundraising. And we're fundraising for our Boys and Girls Club and for our new clinic. We're going to be building a brand new clinic. We already have the land acquired, which was, you know, a big accomplishment in itself. And so within the next 5-ish years should be a brand new Southern Indian Health Council clinic that is bigger and more beautiful than the one that we have right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thanks. I know it's cool. It's a lot. Like, it's overwhelming, but if we just focus on one thing at a time, and
Yeah.
it's going to be all very worth it.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be fun to watch as you guys expand and grow.
Mm-hmm.
I know we're working on our own things here.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Got nothing to announce. I'm not in a position to announce anything at the moment, but I know that we're working on internally on our own expansion ideas as well. So, you know, I think it's true for both of us that we're bursting at the seams, and you know, we can't provide enough services for the people, and
Yeah.
we've got to grow to provide everything that they deserve and that they want. So, you know, the work continues is what it comes down to.
Which is good.
Yeah, yeah. Nathan, thank you so much for coming up and joining us. And
Absolutely.
I hope that we can continue to collaborate on things as time goes forward. And I look forward to coming down and visiting you again, and hope you'll come back up and visit us, and we can keep bouncing ideas off of one another and expanding what we're doing for the people.
Yeah, let's keep working hard, keep bouncing ideas off of each other, and keep making progress.
Awesome.
You've been a big help.
Thanks, bro.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. See you guys.